Communications and Works Minister and 4th District Representative Mark Vanterpool says, in his view, it is time for another round of constitutional talks here in the British Virgin Islands. Vanterpool was at the time addressing the 2013 Emancipation Service at the Sunday Morning Well on August 4, when he called for discussions to continue with the United Kingdom.
As a citizen of this country, I make a call for another round of constitutional talks urgently, aimed at bringing us closer to self-determination here in the Virgin Islands. My people, let us not be afraid, but let us continue this all-important conversation.
Meanwhile, Representative for the 3rd Electoral District, Julian Fraser, suggests that any decision to change the political status of the BVI from being an overseas territory of the UK to a more autonomous state should be left to the young people of the territory. Speaking to Shelton Daniel, host of St. Lucia's RSL Radio 90 Minutes program on August 2nd, Fraser opted not to declare his own views about the future of the BVI's political status. He went on to advocate, however, that most BVI Islanders would not support the idea of having the BVI move away from being a colony of the United Kingdom.
It crossed my mind all the time, and it's one that I think that it's a conversation that needs to be had on the ground here in the Virgin Islands before it becomes an international matter.
Is there any aspect of which by which you can take us into your confidence and tell us what you may have in mind, since it has crossed your mind so many times?
When you say in your confidence, you mean on radio publicly?
I'm talking about our audience here. Can you just maybe tell us some of the things that you have in mind?
That wouldn't be right for me to disclose a view that I hold and not share it with the people on the ground here. I tell you one thing, I believe very strongly in the youth, and I believe that it is time that the youth make such a decision, but they must make it informed. There are so many things that I am aware of internationally that our young people have not been given the opportunity to become exposed to. And I think I think a few trips to the Foreign and Commonwealth Office in the United Kingdom by one or two of the youths that can spread that word and give them an insight as to how things work, they might be better informed to take a decision like that. I think the future of this territory, I'm talking about the next half a century, is the responsibility of the youth. I don't want to get involved in making decisions that's going to jeopardize another 3 or 4 generations down the road. And that's why I think that it's a conversation that needs to be had on the ground. I've heard members of the government voice their opinion in favor of independence and all that, but I don't know if it was well advised for them to make such statements.
What do you sense is the mood among the people to that?
With the information on the ground right now, if it was put to a referendum, it would be a resounding no. But I think that with information, people would see different or might see different. I'm not sure. But I think that that's a huge endeavor, and it's not one that I would get on the phone this morning and say that I am there or I'm here. Right now, I think that you can understand the sensitivity of a matter like that.
The Virgin Islands Constitution Order 2007 ushered in a new constitution for the Virgin Islands and replaced the 1976 Constitution.